I like to start off this video by talking about Kroger and the things that they're going through. If you've been on Google, particularly on the internet, an article came up on CNBC talking about Kroger, how they're losing money and they're going to, as far from Kroger standards is, revamp and rechange the way how they do their business. Now, a lot of these changes, the average customer on the outside looking in is not even going to notice or recognize, but yet they are going through a reconstruction period with your friendly neighborhood Kroger store. Now, before we get into Kroger, I'd like to talk briefly about the past, present, and the future of Kroger. Kroger past started with Barney Kroger. Barney Kroger had a vision and a dream about creating general stores and creating them like grocery store chains. A lot of these, he was the first one that came up with this idea before we even came up with the label or the title. And he began to sell a lot of his products that was made from a lot of the farms and the warehouses from Kroger, instead of importing a lot of items overseas or from another country or from another state. Kroger started manufacturing their own goods. That's why they can keep the prices low, and a lot of grocery store companies could not compete with this formula. A lot of grocery store chains such as Food Line, Harris Teeter, Publix, Giant Foods, the list goes on and on and on. A lot of these corporations have to eventually shut down, close down shop, and fold their businesses in a lot of these states. Kroger gobbled up the rest of their competition, bought them out, and some of these like Harris Teeter, Sam's, a lot of these corporations had to buy, was bought out by Kroger, and Kroger began to import their goods into these stores. When I say Sam, I'm not talking about Sam's Club. I'm talking about Sam's Food, a Fryer. There's a lot of other grocery stores outside where you are watching this video in other states have different labels, different names, things of that nature. So Kroger bought out a lot of those corporations. Kroger was on for like a 10-year run of being very popular and being very successful until they hit a snag along the way, and it's the online shopping market. It's an untapped territory. A lot of companies are not ready for, or they're starting to get into this territory, and they're in the building stages of this territory. Amazon is the king of this, and now more than ever, a lot of people use Amazon for for their daily things as far as shopping online. And now Amazon has gone into the grocery business, okay, which is hurting Kroger financially. They cannot compete with Amazon. Now, Kroger had to revamp and rechange how they do things because their stocks are dropping, and as part of their rebuilding, they're laying off a lot of employees. Now, a lot of people are not going to be familiar with a lot of these employees that they laid off, or as far as pushing them into retirement, because a lot of these people are in the front offices of corporate as far as Kroger goes. So you won't know or recognize any of these people. They're not people that see customers on a day in, day out basis. Okay. Now, Kroger also, when it comes to hiring, when it comes to how much they, can give someone as far as coming in for employment, not so much. Okay. Kroger is sort of like in the, when you compare other jobs to Kroger pays the least when it comes to those other jobs. Now, Kroger does have some financial and medical benefits, as well as benefits as far as working for Kroger. But people at the end of the day, people want to know how much you're going to pay them an hour. Okay, so Kroger, when you look at the corporation of Kroger, is top heavy. It's very, very top heavy. A lot of these labels and titles of people that's in the corporate offices, it's like you have like 4 or 5 people doing pretty much the same thing. And there's nothing different from them other than how much you pay them a year. So Kroger is pretty much going back into the lab as far as laying off a lot of those corporate positions. That's the first phase of it. Second phase of it, they pretty much dibbled and dabbled in the early stages, is sort of trimming the fat on how they do business. They pretty much gotten away from coupons, trying to convince the average consumer to utilize their digital coupons by allowing the consumer to use digital coupons and getting them own digital coupons. They're pretty much saving money there as well, even though they still take regular coupons. But let's be honest, a lot of your average shopper really don't dabble into coupons. They're sort of like spontaneous shoppers. They just come in. They don't have a plan or a list or anything. They just come in, get what they want, then get out. So that's the focus. That's pretty much the focus of where Kroger is leading to. But a lot of consumers are utilizing the online when it comes to online shopping. Walmart has done online shopping a lot better than Kroger, and it's real. And when you look at Walmart, they had their struggles and their struggles, their pain, their growth spurts, and this, that, and the third, but they were totally committed as far as online shopping. So much so that they had to revamp and redo things how they, as far as their daily business in-house in their own grocery stores. They had to pretty much, the way how they normally did things, they had to change it because of the online portion of it, online shopping. They had to, schedule and figure out ways how to make that very successful and make it unique. With Kroger, they sort of wanted to blend it in somewhat, still, do what they was normally doing, but also with the online shopping and trying to fit, 2 portions into something instead of actually trying to blend it in so it can be beneficial for the in-house workers and shoppers, as well as the people that's doing the online shopping and shopping for the consumers online. Okay, and Kroger is probably in the state of, look, we're going to have to really get involved and really put a lot of time and labor on the online. Okay, instead of just letting it be its own division, its own situation, we have to combine it with the other facets of the grocery store. So that's where Kroger is at this point and at this juncture. Okay, the bottom line is, the way how we shop today is not going to be the way we shop 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Okay, the way how people used to shop in the 70s, that formula isn't the same in 2019. We have a lot of people that have busy, hectic lives. They don't have time to travel, find a parking spot, go in the building, shop for the goods, and be out before traffic start. A lot of people now more than ever, young as well as old, is utilizing the online, and that's pretty much the new tap. That's pretty much where customers are going to do things as far as their shopping from here on out. You're gonna still see people park and do shopping traditionally, like like your mother, your grandparents, and this, that, and the third. But I think slowly but surely, a lot of people are going to the online format. Make it quick, convenient. Just pull up, put the groceries in the car, and then you go home, and then that's pretty much it. And I feel like Kroger is heading to that wave. And if you've been really checking out Kroger, that's the way how they're going to proceed as far as the future goes for Kroger. That's all I got for today. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm out.